Welcome back, family, to Voice of Africa, your home for stories that redefine our continent. Whether you're joining us from Lagos, Nairobi, Johannesburg, or anywhere across the globe, we're thrilled to have you here. Today, we're stepping into a momentous chapter in Burkina Faso's history, one that's not just about honoring a hero, but reigniting a revolutionary flame. So grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let's journey together into the heart of West Africa. If you're new here, welcome. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family of over 50,000 Africans and allies who believe in our shared vision. Let's make this story unforgettable. What does it mean for a nation to finally honor its greatest hero, not with fleeting words, but with a monument that stands as a beacon for generations? In Burkina Faso, that question is about to be answered. On May 17, 2025, President Ibrahim Traoré will inaugurate the long-awaited mausoleum for Thomas Sankara and his 12 companions. This isn't just a date on a calendar, it's a seismic shift in Burkina Faso's story. A chance to cement the revolutionary spirit of Sankara into the soul of Ouagadougou. But as the world watches, bigger questions loom. Is Traoré truly walking in Sankara's footsteps? And what does this mean for Africa's fight for sovereignty and pride? Let's unpack this together. To grasp why this mausoleum matters, you need to understand why Sankara remains Burkina Faso's undisputed hero. Picture this: 1983. A 33-year-old military captain seizes power not for greed, but to launch a revolution. He renames the country from Upper Volta, a colonial label, to Burkina Faso, land of upright people. He swaps the national anthem, redesigns the flag, and declares war on imperialism. His name? Thomas Sankara, Africa's Che Guevara, a man who turned government Mercedes into taxis, slashed ministers' salaries, and lived on a soldier's wage. But Sankara wasn't just about symbolism. Under his leadership, 2.5 million children were vaccinated in weeks. Literacy rates skyrocketed from 13% to 73% in 4 years. He planted 10 million trees to combat desertification, banned female genital mutilation, and appointed women to key roles, unheard of in 1980s West Africa. He even turned government farms into communal fields, insisting, "He who feeds you, controls you." His boldest move? Urging Africa to stop paying colonial debts. "Our independence will be meaningless if we're still financially enslaved," he warned. Then in 1987, betrayal, assassination. But his legacy, unkillable. Fast forward to 2022. Another young leader rises, President Ibrahim Traoré. At 34, he's Burkina Faso's youngest president. Like Sankara, he's a military man. Like Sankara, he's expelled French troops, nationalized gold mines, and swapped diplomatic ties from Paris to Moscow. Critics call him a populist. Supporters say he's Sankara 2.0. But here's the kicker. Traoré isn't just quoting Sankara, he's building him a home. A 10,000 square meter mausoleum on the very soil where Sankara was killed. Designed by star architect Francis Kéré, this isn't just a tomb. It's a spiral tower piercing Ouagadougou's skyline, lit to shine like Sankara's ideals. Imagine an 87-meter tower, taller than the Statue of Liberty. Visitors spiral up a ramp, each step echoing Sankara's uphill battles. Tiny windows filter light by day. By night, they beam like a lighthouse. There's a media library, workshops, even a suspended cabin for those unable to climb. But the genius? The site doubles as a green space, weaving into Ouagadougou's urban renewal. Kéré calls it a school of revolution, not a monument to death. Traoré's timing is deliberate. May 17th marks the anniversary of Sankara's 1983 arrest, a day that sparked Burkina Faso's revolutionary path. The inauguration will name 12 streets after Sankara's comrades, unveil the final memorial model, and host a conference on his ideals. It's symbolism on steroids. a day to unite a nation fractured by jihadist violence, economic strain, and colonial ghosts. But let's pause here. To our Eyes Africa members and subscribers, thank you. You're the reason we're nearing 100,000. Your comments, shares, and passion fuel this channel. Shout out to Mama Africa 93, Sankara Legacy, and Kwame Nkrumah fan. Your insights on our last video were fire. If you're not a member yet, tap join below for perks like exclusive live streams with historians and your name in our credits. Let's keep making African stories global. Now back to Burkina Faso. Traoré's embrace of Sankara is strategic. Since taking power, he's mirrored Sankara's playbook, rejecting foreign aid, prioritizing local agriculture, and capping officials' salaries. He drives a modest Toyota, earns a captain's wage, and calls France a predator. But parallels only go so far. Sankara's revolution was ideological, a total societal overhaul. Traoré's focus, immediate survival. Burkina Faso is under siege. Jihadists control 40% of the country, displacing 2 million people. Inflation hits 20%, and gold, nationalized under Traoré, funds Russian mercenaries, not schools. Critics ask, is the mausoleum a distraction? A way to cloak crisis in Sankara's aura? Public opinion is split. On Ouagadougou's streets, a farmer tells us, Sankara gave us pride. Now, his tomb will bring tourists, maybe jobs. A student counters, Traoré talks big, but where's our electricity? Sankara built dams in 4 years. An elderly woman, her son killed in jihadist attacks, whispers, if this memorial unites us, I'll pray there daily. For many, the mausoleum is overdue justice. Sankara's body, dumped in an unmarked grave in 1987, was only exhumed in 2015 after protests. His widow, Mariam Sankara, calls the monument a victory for the people. Yet monuments aren't neutral. Rwanda's Kigali Genocide Memorial heals. Senegal's African Renaissance Monument is mocked as a vanity project. Sankara's mausoleum? It's both shrine and Rorschach test. Pro-Traoré crowds see resurrection. Critics see co-option. A Burkina scholar on our panel argues, Traoré needs Sankara's ghost to legitimize his regime. But Sankara banned luxury imports. Traoré raises tariffs. Sankara rejected foreign aid. Traoré courts Russian partnerships. Same anti-West vibe, different playbook. The mausoleum's success hinges on what happens next. Will it become a living space, hosting debates, workshops, and Sankara's famed social labs where citizens shape policy? Or a static shrine, polished for photo ops? Traoré's government promises the former, but Burkina Faso's crises demand urgent action. Sankara's revolution lasted 4 years. Traoré faces a marathon. Globally, the monument sparks a broader conversation. Across Africa, nations are tearing down colonial statues and renaming streets. Ghana's Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum, Ethiopia's Red Terror Museum, these sites ask, who owns our history? Sankara's tower joins this movement, challenging Africa to celebrate homegrown heroes, not colonial looters. As Traoré said in a recent speech, this isn't Sankara's tomb, it's Africa's compass. But let's zoom out. Can symbols alone drive change? In 1987, Sankara was killed for his ideals. Today, his face graces murals from Bamako to Brooklyn. His quotes flood social media. You cannot carry out fundamental change without a certain amount of madness. Yet, Burkina Faso remains among the world's poorest nations. The mausoleum's test, whether it inspires action or becomes another Instagram backdrop. As the sun sets over Ouagadougou, families gather near the construction site. Kids play soccer under Sankara's fading posters. A vendor sells Sankara Lives t-shirts beside Traoré's campaign stickers. The air hums with hope and skepticism. One teenager tells us, I'll visit the tower every day. Maybe Sankara's spirit will guide us. Another shrugs. A monument won't stop bullets. So what's next? Can Burkina Faso balance Sankara's utopia with Traoré's realpolitik? Can concrete and steel inspire a new revolution? Or will this mausoleum fade like old posters of Marx? The answer lies with Burkina Faso's youth. 60% of the population is under 25. They've never known Sankara's Burkina Faso, only coups, extremism, and promises. If the monument becomes their classroom, their rallying point, Sankara's flame might yet burn brighter. Family. This is your mic. What's your take? Is the Sankara Mausoleum a step toward African renewal or political theater? Could your country benefit from such a monument? Smash the comments. Let's trend number Sankara legacy. If you believe in Africa's power to redefine itself like this video, share it with that friend who still thinks Africa needs saving. And subscribe, because next week we're dissecting Mali's drone wars. Until then, stay fierce, stay proud, stay African. Peace.